Hello, hello, good afternoon, my people. I want to take this privilege and prerogative moment to trying to restate uh, the story that I posted last time. I recorded it and then I posted. So I would like to revisit the fascinating story that I posted last time regarding the elephants, because some people may wonder and ponder what is the meaning of. They may wonder and ponder about what's the meaning of those elephants that I post along with the recording video that I recorded last time. This is a very fascinating story, and maybe some of you will find it thrilling and excited. So, this story was told about this notorious king who brought six blind men into the elephant. He brought them to the elephant to see how these blind men would react when they see an elephant. Of course, they are not seeing anything, they are blind. So, how they going to react when they are exposed to the elephant? So, that was his intention. And so that's what he did. To do this kind of solicited experiment that he has done with the creepy elephant. So he brought those six gentlemen and he exposed them to an elephant. First, he began to take them one by one in hand. So you grab their hands and take them one by one to see how each individual are going to react with the elephant when they are exposed or whenever they touch the elephant. He took the first guy, he led him to the trunks of the elephant, and as the guy grabbed the trunk and he kept stalking the trunk of the elephant, he realized that he said to others audience who were there, uh, he told them that an elephant is like a snake. That was his view or his perception about the elephant. Then he came and took the second man. He'd come and took the second blind man and directed to the legs of an elephant. Though the second man had a different reaction with the first blind man, the second blind man said, an elephant is like a big tree. That was his reaction. That was his perception. So he thought that an elephant uh, uh, is like a big tree. So the king took that blind man and joined it with joined him with the first blind man, and then he came back and also grabbed the hands of the third blind man. So when he exposed and brought the third blind man, the third blind man was led to the tail of an elephant. And according to the story has entailed that the third blind man had different uh, reaction with those those of the two blind men. He said an elephant is like a rope. That was his reaction. That was his perception about an elephant. So he said an elephant is like it's like a rope. So the king took the third man and joined him with the others two who are already the couples guy who had already revealed their or unveiled their reaction based on the way they interact with the elephant. And then he came back and grabbed the postman. He took the postman, and the postman was directed to an elephant teeth. We call them ivory, an elephant ivory. After the first man touched the elephant teeth, he thought to himself, and also he has a distinct way of reaction. And then he said, an elephant is like uh, an elephant is like a tree. It's like a branch of the tree. An elephant is like a branch of the tree. That's what the first man said. He said, an elephant is like a branch of the tree. I hope you will understand, because you will understand the idea about the branch of the tree, because there are some when you look at the tree, there are some branch which may be different from others, and of course the trees they are different in nature. There are big trees and there are medium trees and there are some small trees. So if in the big tree there may be like some big branch, and also in some trees, the medium one, there may be like a small branch that when they dry, people can use them for firewood, according to my experience back in our cultural way of life. So this first blind man said the uh, the elephantis and elephantis they are like trees. They are like a branch of the trees. That was his reaction. So he went again. I believe you may be laughing at them because what they were saying, it seemed like it didn't make any sense, right? It didn't make any sense. So because they are telling a different story as they look at the elephant in different lens, seeing they don't have eye to see the elephant. So and then the notorious king continue with his experiment to know how this blind man may react to the elephant. So he grabbed the fifth man and he directed to the body of the elephant. So as the fifth man grabbed the body of elephant, he said, "Oh, I understand now. I know. The elephant is not what you guys think, or not what you guys have been mentioned. An elephant is like a mountain. An elephant is like a mountain." That was his reaction. He said an elephant was like a mountain. So that was what he spoke up to reveal to others who had already touched an elephant. And then he brought the last blind man among the sick blind men. So he took this guy and he led it to the ears of an elephant. When the last blind man touched the ear of an elephant, he had also his own perspective, and he said an elephant is like a big bird. It was not what you guys said, or it was not what you guys think. An elephant is like a big bird. So here is the rhetorical question that you may ask. What kind of reaction would you react when you are among those people, those sick blind men? How do you react? And of course, the whole scenario is about the truth, how we always think about truth, how we always perceive and also display and also demonstrate the truth. How do you, what is your truth in life? Is your truth is like the mountain, or is your truth uh, is like ropes? Because the moral story or the the scenario, the whole scenario, and the moral story, the spectrum and the panorama of the story is about the truth. How do you explain the truth to others? Because in this life where we are now, everybody thinks he or she has her own or his own truth. My truth is different from your truth. Your truth is different from someone else's truth. So the truth now, the word truth has a different, uh, it has a different transitions in based on human understanding. So that's the moral of the story is about the truth. How do people view the truth in today's world? Is it your truth? And this, of course, is not a narrative story that may have a protagonist or antagonist. It depends on how we can categorize the story. If we want to put it in the based on the writing, we may have, yes, we may have protagonists. We may have protagonists. The protagonist may be like a blind, I mean, there may be a king. The protagonist may be a king rather than blind man. And also the antagonist is what? The antagonist is an elephant. Because this is a way that we should understand. But it's not a narrated story, it's just a horror story. But people correlate it with the truth, how people view the truth, how in our perspectives, how do we understand the truth? Is your truth a snake? Is your truth is like a snake? Or is your truth is like uh, the big bird or the big tree or anything that we associate truth with? So this is the story that is about the truth. But it's not only about the truth. The story also talk about how we can believe and also how we can adhere or how we can adhere with the truth in our life, our daily life. So many people are incredulous to accept the other people's truth. They believe that there's truth, and this also this oral story of an elephant, it is connected with the Bible. There's a Bible verse that say during the trial of Jesus Christ, our Savior, who is our charismatic figure, during the trial of our charismatic figure, Jesus Christ, who is our common denominator between us and the satanic and also secular world, we may say that there is a verse that is also really related to this story of an elephant, and that the verse is in book of John, one of the synoptic gospel, book of John, one of the synoptic gospel, one of synoptic gospel, book of John, chapter 18, verse 37 to 39, when during the initiative, during the discussion between the pilot, the Roman imperial emperor who tried Jesus, during that time, they were just trying to like discussing back and forth, like they exchanged some words, and then they came into conclusion that Jesus told him very plainly that I came to this world to tell the truth and to reveal the truth. And then Pilate replied by saying, what is truth? But he didn't wait for answer. He just went out. And some scholars believe that he went and hung himself because he believed that he He killed an innocent he killed an innocent person who had no any crime that he made committed. So he went and killed himself. He took his own life. He committed suicide, according to the story. This is what people believe, but it may be like the tradition and the story. So nobody knows for sure what had happened to Pilate, the Roman emperor who condemned Jesus to death and led Jesus to die on the cross. During that time, during the revolutionary protests that had occurred when they want to release Barabbas, and they condemned Jesus to be crucified and sacrificed for indirectly they did not know that God has a plan for Jesus. That is we can call it GPS. God has plan of salvation for Jesus to die and to be crucified on the cross, because God cannot condone this sinful world without any reconciliation, and his blood become our reconciliation between us and his Father. That's why Jesus Christ accept dying in agony, in anguish on the cross of Calvary. It is for you and I. So this story is tell us it's all the whole truth about the story is telling. It is how to demonstrate, how do we demonstrate the truth in life, how we demonstrate the truth in life. So we use an elephant to demonstrate elephant fart. It doesn't mean it can change the name of the elephant. It doesn't mean it can change the nature of the elephant, but it means we can just use it as example to show also to display the truth to others, and to us also to learn from such a confusion and baffling way of not distinct the truth of the reality of life from others. So sometimes we go with proof, but we need proof. We need a proof that what is the meaning of truth. What is the meaning of your truth as an individual person? What is the meaning of your truth as a group? What is the meaning of your truth as a church? Maybe you have it in your own doctrine. What kind of truth do you have? Is your truth a mountain? Is your truth is your truth a rope? Is your truth an elephant teeth? Whatever you can, or an elephant ivory. This is what the king has done, along with those blind men, those poor blind men who were used by him. So what had happened, it caused the colossal damage, because sooner or later, seeing this blind men, they keep stalking and annoying interacting with the elephant. The elephant get mad, according to the story. The stories insinuated that the elephant get mad and it trample down all those six blind men and kill them, with the exception of this notorious king, he who escaped the death from an elephant. So those six blind men, they were dead. They died because the elephant trampled over them, seeing they could not see where they should have to escape, or they should have to escape the death like the king. So this was what had happened, and it is very tragic when you think about it. It ravagely killed the blind man, and accept that notorious king who escaped the death by running, because he's supposed to be the first person to be killed or to be trampled by an elephant, because the reason that he screwed up those poor blind men was no reason, without any intention. So he brought them to an elephant only to be killed by an elephant. So this is the story, and this story, in one way or the other, it also uh, resonated with many of us, because it seemed to me like as if we have lack of understanding about the truth, even though any truth, whether it is something that we learn from school, whether it is something that we read it from Bible, we have a hard time to demonstrate it, also that other people could see our truth. We don't want to tell the truth. According to my professor, also another instance, my professor from Panchal College, she told us that there's no such thing as a truth. All these things, they are like marketing stuff. They don't have truth. 90% of whatever we said, whatever we try to believe, they are not true. The only true things left, they contain in those 10% out of 100. Those 10%, that's what people they are bargaining on, whether they should be added into this 90 to be 100%. All this 90%, they are false. They are not true. But people, they want to use them to play with other people's mind and to manipulate them so that they will get whatever they want. They just use them as a bet to manipulate the mind of other people, so that they will acquire whatever they need from other people. So read your Bible from book of John chapter 18 verse 37 to 39, where the king of Jews, the king of the Pharisees, the Pontius Pilate, asked Jesus, what is truth? So the whole scenario that we are talking about here is the whole spectrum is about that elephant. It also indicate the truth. It indicates the truth, because truth now is very delicate. It does not last for long for people to see, for people to believe. So I should have to stop here, because maybe I can talk forever. Anyway, and thank you. Whenever you find this video, you have to also bear in mind that it's like the first video that I recorded and posted, where I spoke my language. I know you guys have a language barrier, so you cannot understand what I said, but I was talking about elephant as the object of truth. That was what my projected idea was. And thank you for viewing my video, and thank you for being my friend. Thank you.